This book is called Mrs. McNosh and the Great Big Squash. It's written by Sarah Weeks, and the pictures are by Nadine Bernard Westcott. Mrs. McNosh and the Great Big Squash. Somebody wrote in my book. That makes me sad. All right, here we go. The first day of spring, Mrs. Nellie McNosh went out to her garden and planted a squash. So there she is. She's putting the seeds in the ground. She pushed the seed in with the tip of her toe, and the minute she did it, it started to grow. Now, wait a minute. Do plants grow that fast? No, but in this book they do. Maybe it's a magic seed. At first, it was round and as big as a head. In fact, it looked just like the paper boy Fred. Look at Fred's face. Look at the squash. Don't they look alike? They do. Then it turned yellow and bumpy and fat. It rolled from the garden and flattened the cat. The cat doesn't look like it likes it. Looks upset. It knocked over trash cans and ran over toes. It twisted the sprinkler and plugged up the hose. It crashed through the clothesline and smashed through the fence, scaring the pants off of two elderly gents. Oh no, it scared them out of their pants. Now that's funny. Look at how big it is. Look at Mrs. McNosh. The squash is bigger than Mrs. McNosh. Poor Nellie was worried. She said, oh my gosh. There's got to be some way to slow down this squash. She slapped it and scolded it and pinched it and kicked it. And then she took hold of its stem and she picked it. Oh, look at her. She picked the squash. Now what do I do? Wondered Mrs. McNosh. I've got to find something to do with this squash. There isn't a place in the world it will fit. It's big as a house. Wait, said Nellie. That's it. Look, she's got an idea. She's got an idea. Wonder what it is. So, by the light of the big yellow moon, she scooped and she scraped with the long-handled spoon. And when the sun rose, where was Mrs. McNosh? Curled up sound asleep. Where? In her big yellow squash. Look, she made her squash into a house. Do you think that's a good house? I think it might rot. Might fall apart. I don't know. But she made it into a house. Mrs. McNosh and the Great Big Squash. I keep wanting to say giant squash.